Hey, thanks for pushing the play button. I'm Tim Forbes, and I wrote a book that he can't throw. I'm Tim Forbes. Yeah. Hey, thanks for pushing the play button. Hey, thanks for pushing the play button. I'm Tim Forbes, and I wrote a book called It's Game Time Somewhere. It's a story of a one-year walkabout that I took through the sports world of America. The video is about 3.5 minutes long, and it'll give you a really good feel for the story. I hope you enjoy it.
Walkabout. A search for answers.
This is the story of an American walkabout. Tim Forbes spends lots of time in airports. Tim has always loved sports, as far back as he can remember.
It was everything. It was my life. I mean, from the time I woke up in the morning to the time I went to sleep at night, I was either playing sport, watching sport, following a sport. I used to make up sports that I could play in my bedroom. So literally, from the time my eyes opened to the time that they closed, I was thinking about sports.
So after 10 years in corporate America, Tim followed his heart, chucked the big salary, and at age 40 began a new career in sports. But over the years, Tim watched sports change. The joy of the game was disappearing, and the allure of big league sports was evaporating. The kid who grew up loving sports now had to admit that working in sports had become just another job. And it all came to a head when an old friend called.
And we were having a conversation about something work-related, and you know, I must not have appeared very happy because he stopped me right in the middle and he said, "Tim, are you having any fun? Do you even love sports anymore?" And you know, so I tossed off the obligatory, of course I love sports. I mean, who walks away from a six-figure job to be an unpaid intern if you don't love sports? You'd have to be nuts. But inside I was saying, you know, I really don't know the answer to that question right now. So I just did research and I put together a schedule of all these different sports and all these different sporting events, and I kind of called it my sports walkabout. And then it took on a life of its own.
Tim's American walkabout was personal. This corporate American refugee turned author logged more than 50,000 miles in the search for what he felt was missing. Tim attended 100 sporting events in his year-long journey and saw 50 different sports played. Events that drew thousands of fans longing to be part of a sports happening. To others, at which his arrival doubled the attendance count. The walkabout had posed the question, and Tim was starting to find answers. Answers he liked. Then on a warm autumn night in Las Vegas, at the World Kickball Championships, Tim started to rediscover sports, the way it was when he was a kid, quite literally.
This kick has been boomed into left field over the head, which is really unusual in a kickball game.
An underdog team had just kicked the top-ranked team in the country to the curb. Virginia's Panic Attack won their title, and Tim found a fresh perspective.
Outside the lens of the camera, where all the second-tier sporting events take place, they're themselves, and the passion comes out at the right time, and it's real, and everything is just incredibly genuine.
It's Game Time Somewhere isn't a book about screaming crowds and overexposed athletes. It's a book about the personal side of sports. It's about heart. It's about striving. It's about being human. It's Game Time Somewhere is about all of us.
It's a book about people that love to compete, about people that love to test themselves, and it's for people like that.
If you know what it's like to play a game for the challenge, the camaraderie, or just the joy of it all, Tim Forbes is asking you to be part of the story. It's Game Time Somewhere is available as an ebook, online, and in bookstores everywhere.